Hi everyone, please let me know if you can hear me because I was getting an error. I'm not sure. I see myself. I don't know if you guys can see me. Please let me know if you can see me. Sorry about that. No, not private. Hi everyone. Okay, sorry about that. I am not sure what YouTube just did. I hope you guys can hear me. For some reason I got an error from YouTube. Okay, it seems like everyone is finding me. That's a good thing. Okay. Because I'm not sure there's something wrong with YouTube. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully everyone will find me, and I want to say thank you. Somebody, I don't know who that was, gave me a $50 super chat. I want to say thank you to that person. I did not, because I was so shocked when I saw the error, I panicked because I don't want to miss, I don't want to miss this. So, I want to say thank you to that person. If you guys know who gave me the $50 donation, please let me know. Having said that, hi Craig Dixon, welcome everyone, sorry about that. Thank you chat managers for your help, I appreciate it. And I would like to remind everyone, I am here 5 days a week at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every day except Saturday and Sundays. On Saturdays, I am live in the evening on the other channel. And if you do a search for Milu, you will find me. Having said that, I want to make sure everyone knows I'm here every day of the week. Because some people have difficulties finding me, and today again, it's not my fault. I'm not quite sure what's going on with YouTube. Having said that, you know, I told you last week or beginning of this week that the attempt, the gunman who fired on that federal building, that CBP building on the border, was the beginning. And yesterday, as I predicted, there's a young person during an ICE raid in California at that marijuana farm or something like that. Okay, somebody fired. They have helicopter pictures or videos of what went down. I want to say, given the way this administration is going about putting everyone in an uncomfortable position, not everyone will acquiesce, and Americans are not used to living in fear, not having the first right, the First Amendment right, not having, the Second Amendment right, all the other rights afforded to us in the Constitution. Americans are not used to that. And what Trump and his regime are doing is they are leaving people no options. And that's why, if you hear, I'm sure you guys have seen the video from Justice Jackson, who's warning everyone about the state of our country. We are in the process of losing our democracy. And also the way the oppression is getting stronger and stronger every day, from people like Vought. Stephen Miller go on TV and start screaming, and Trump is getting angry, and I'm not quite sure what he's suffering from, since I'm not a doctor. My prediction is all those things are going to catch up, and intuitively I feel like saying my prediction is it's taking a major effect, a major toll on the different agencies in the federal government, and that's the last thing you want to do. Those people who are running around making threats, firing people. For example, today, according to reports, they are letting about 1,300 people go. But the rest, they don't know where they stand. But the point I'm trying to make is, intuitively I feel there is going to be something. I'm not sure which agency this is going to take place at. But what this administration is doing, the way they're treating their federal workers, the way they're treating the country in general, that's the way Trump grew up. He grew up in a dysfunctional family. So what he's doing, the way he treated his own kids and wives, he's treating the country the same way. But his wives and his kids put up with it. Americans are not going to put up with it. And he has a whole bunch of people around him, like Tillis said that. Well, Tillis was not standing up to Trump either until Trump threatened him directly. But he was acquiescing and going along with everything that Trump was doing until Trump threatened his position. Then he got pissed off and leave. Well, that's the reaction a lot of people are going to have, but they're not going to quit. They're going to stand up and fight. And I would not be surprised. The way I'm getting this, I don't know if it's the FBI or another branch of government. Okay? There is going to be an incident. People may die. Because when you threaten people's livelihood, you put them under a lot of stress. Some people will break. And it's not only, like I said, in the governmental agencies, throughout the country as well, because they keep applying pressure. And in fact, if you watched TV this morning, Vought right now, well, Trump has been doing it for a while. Vought went on TV and is threatening the feds. And he is threatening to have the feds investigated over some building that they are construction and money mismanagement. You know, when it comes to these things, you can find anything you want. If you scrutinize somebody's doing any kind of building or something like that, you're gonna blame the person in charge for anything. You can say, well, this is mismanagement, so you can blame the person and fire the person, and that's what they're looking for. And you know something, I'm giving that as an example, okay, to the way they are attacking every agency in our government, everybody in our society. How is that going to turn out for them? They cannot hire enough of a large enough of a security force to control this country. It's not going to happen, and people are well armed. And what we saw in California yesterday, this is going to spread. That's my prediction. Texas was first. what you saw in California yesterday, people, they don't have an outlet. That's what makes America so great. You are accused of something, okay? There is a fair shot. You're giving an opportunity to go to court and defend yourself. What Trump and his people are doing, and that's what they're doing to the Fed, okay? They're going to frame them just like Trump did to Cohen. The same thing with immigrants or migrants, okay? They framed them like the father of those three Marines. They said he was threatened to hit them with that weed whacker or something like that, and that was the furthest things from the truth, just like they did to the Congress lady from New Jersey. And they don't understand. Trump and the people around him, just like Titi said, they have no clue. The psychological toll that this thing is having on people, it only leads to one place. People will revolt. If that's what, since, if I recall, the gentleman from, he's not a gentleman, the guy from Roberts, from Heritage Foundation, and the other people, Trump keep promoting, okay, Tim Pool and these people. And he was on the Russian payroll as well, promoting civil war, okay. This is definitely the right way to ignite something bad. That's what I'm feeling intuitively. I'm not scaring anyone, okay? I want you all to understand where this is going. They're not thinking. They think power, Trump, no one has, a few times people successfully fought against him and won, like E. Jean Carroll and a couple of others. He's used to getting away with his mischievous initiatives. This is in a whole different scale. And it's gonna, if somebody doesn't get to him, people from different agencies of the government will basically decide they're not going to take it anymore. Okay, I don't know if it's the FBI, the Secret Service, or some kind of military branch. But when you put that much pressure, these people, they feel threatened. I'm sure you guys heard at the FBI, and they are humiliating people. Long-time employees, they dedicated their lives to this country. And now you are humiliating them. I'm sure you guys have heard. I know I'm mixing my titles, sorry. Kash Patel, okay? I was trying to get his name for a second there. He's giving people polygraph tests to find out whether they said anything wrong about them, about him. I'm sure about the other Buongiorno, whatever his name is, okay? And the process, these people, this is not America, and something that's not scientifically proven, it can fail for a number of reasons. So there is a lot of that humiliation. First of all, Doge humiliated these people, and then now the head of departments and their underlings are humiliating the working people. My friends, I'm confusing. I don't know which agency, but there is something. If these people continue to push and pressure and humiliate, because that's what they do best. Lie, double down, humiliate, and basically frame people to hurt you. And at the DOJ, do you guys remember I told you people from the administration, I mean, whistleblowers, I didn't call it whistleblowers, but I said people in the administration will start talking. Well, that's what we are seeing happening right now. Right now, we know of the people that are being fired, and they are recounting, explaining to the country, there is no more laws, there is no more boundaries between the DOJ and the White House, and there are no rules either. They do whatever they want to do. And also another whistleblower, Ruveni from DOJ as well. There's another lady that was fired recently. Okay. The pressure, the humiliation, this is going to backfire. They are creating enemies with everybody. How is this going to end? And it's a matter of time before it blows. And to whatever I feel, the American people itself are having enough. One of you left a comment saying some town in Ohio where the people, it's a very red state or very, very red area. And she doesn't understand how these people basically they're drinking the Kool-Aid. Remember I told you guys, there is going to be a percentage of the MAGA. They're not going to give up on Trump, no matter what. But the majority will bail out on him. And the person who left that comment, I feel that area, unfortunately, where she lives at, okay, these are the type of people, regardless of what Trump does, unless he attacks them personally, and if he lasts enough, long enough, if this regime lasts long enough, a lot of people are going to be affected, whether directly or indirectly. And the enemies that they are creating right now, I feel we are sitting on a powder keg. It's a matter of time. I don't know exactly when this thing will explode, but intuitively, it can be any little thing because they are pushing the boundaries of everything. No exception. And that's what Project 2025, basically, that's the process they have in place. But intuitively, I feel it's dangerous. It's a matter of time before this whole thing collapses. And intuitively, I feel even people, from what I understand, I've been to DC, but it was so long ago. I have never been to the I've never been to the Capitol. I don't know its proximity to the White House or the DOJ building, if it's separate or if it's on a campus, I don't know. I'm not sure where, but none of those places are exempt from violence. Do you guys remember I told you there was going to be a fight violence in the White House? It happened. That was between Elon and Besant. Last evening, I was doing my usual stuff here, copying files, from computer to another and editing, trying to create thumbnails and stuff like that. There is another one that's to come. hope this doesn't happen. That one can be bloody. Because the pressure, like I said, been saying, the humiliation, the attitude, and believe it or not, and what those people are saying to us, the gentleman Ruveni, okay, there is another lady who just started speaking out. She used to post something on the DOJ website, something like that. They fired her, among others. And I don't know how many of you heard also that the FBI agent I mentioned last week, or maybe this week, I have to look at my journal as I speak. He wrote a letter, and he was, in fact, I believe he was on Deadline White House in a number of shows. He was interviewed. He was fired because he remained friends with Peter Strzok and these people. I mean, he's known these people forever. Okay, I see. I don't remember his name, but he was fired. He's explaining how he got fired and how people at the FBI are feeling. These people are armed. I'm not saying, they are all going to take up arms, but the point I'm driving home, in an environment like that, there are certain things you don't do. And that's what I said. I don't know if it's the end of this week. That's how you can differentiate between professional federal agents versus the ragtag people they pick up anywhere to go harass migrants. Because I'm used to the federal employees, security people, FBI, and others, they de-escalate. But Tom Holman, Christine, or Norm, these people, they escalate, they try to humiliate you. And you have somebody also like Holman going around lying, making up laws, and telling his ICE people they're allowed to do basically whatever they want. And it's creating a very dangerous environment, not only for us and the public. It's a matter of time before, it started already, just like I said, it was a matter of time. One in Texas, was one in California yesterday. It's going to get worse. And no place is exempt. I hope I'm wrong. But my prediction is it's going to happen because they're applying pressure. There is no valve to diffuse the pressure. People don't get violent in this country because the government tries to be fair. The period we are in right now, there is no fairness being applied, or they don't treat anyone with fairness. It's either their way or the highway, or they start lying and frame you and do all kinds of stuff. So my prediction is, don't be surprised. Some people are going to fight back. I'm not sure which agency this is going to happen, if it's not more than one. The same thing is going to happen in different places where they are going and basically humiliating people. Regular workers, I'm not saying to tolerate someone who break the law or anything of that sort. But the way they are going about it is dangerous. And some people will fight back. That's what I feel is coming. That's my prediction. The other thing is, I don't know how you guys view Justice Jackson's warning to all of us, to the country. And, you know, I think I said this once. Don't be surprised if she becomes Chief Justice. Not now, in the future. But she is, because of her past, because of her experience, life experience, and she has held many positions in the court system. She understands where we are. And she's putting it in her way, but intuitively, she's being honest. She's telling us without, in 2 words, how she views the court. I'm talking about the MAGA side of the court. Intuitively, I feel she's saying they are not being fair, they have an agenda, they're not going to stop. And I believe her. She's not doing it to be vicious, to be mean. I feel intuitively when I focus on her, she's genuinely concerned and she doesn't feel what the court is doing is right. And she feels some people on the court should not be there because for a number of reasons, they're not impartial. And you know, people talk. There are things she knows intuitively, I feel, she's not going to say on TV. She's not going to, actually go on TV and badmouth her colleagues. But she's heard of what Alito, Thomas, among others. There is something about Americans. They believe in fairness. They don't believe in humiliating people. They don't believe on 99.9% of the things that Trump is doing. And that goes also for Alito, Thomas, who are taking money and fancy vacations, among other things. I'm just giving those 2 as an example because we know they're in the press. Okay. Most Americans are fair-minded and want to do the right thing. They believe. They know. It's not like in other countries, that's what Trump is trying to convert this country into. It's like, just like in Russia, pure corruption. That's why there is no law right now. That lady who came out and said there are no rules, they do whatever they want. And if you pay somebody enough money, you have somebody in prison, just like that, the gentleman whose mom, he was in prison for taking money, tax money he was supposed to pay for his employees. He owned a nursing home, or his mom owned a nursing home, or something to that effect. She went to a Trump Mar-a-Lago dinner. She donated $1 million. Before you knew it, he was out of prison. Americans don't like that. That's corruption. And let me tell you, it will spread because other people in the government are looking. That's what happened in Haiti and other places as well. And Russia. And I don't know about China. Okay? But let me see if that's not you, one of you calling me. That's my YouTube number. No, it's not you. Yeah. Okay? That's what they do in those countries. That's what Trump, I don't know if he's thinking about it because he doesn't read, he doesn't care. All he knows is focus on how to make money, how to grow his empire. He doesn't care about anything else. Maybe they don't know. Because if he didn't know, as president of this country, he didn't know about Liberia, but God knows what else he doesn't know. But the point I'm trying to make is Americans don't want that. And that's what they are trying to create, and it's not going to work. It's a matter of time before it blows in their faces. And a lot of things, I don't know how many of you, I'm sure you guys, you know what? Only 35% believe. There is a poll out. I don't believe in polls. To me, his poll number is a lot lower than that, but when it comes to immigration, only 35% support what Trump is doing. The rest, they want immigrants to come, the lawful way, the legal way, okay? They, to keep the engine of this country going, because that's what makes us so successful. They're not into the stuff that Trump is doing. So it's a matter of time before this whole ship sinks. But I believe what Justice Jackson is saying, and that's what she's conveying to us. Americans are fair-minded. We're surrounded by a whole bunch of people who want to install a dictatorship and corruption into this country. And she's not calling it out the way I'm calling it out, the way I'm spelling it out. But it's going to be a problem. I know this is the third time I'm doing something like this, but I have to let you guys know. Those agencies that Trump is putting pressure on and other people around him, there is potential for a major incident to happen. It's a matter of time. That's my prediction. And I don't know, this is the wrong, this is the wrong heading. I don't know how this got there, but I'll change it. I'll fix it. The title for the video, oh my God. All right. Having said that, let me, because I mentioned all the title for the other chat was different from this one. I'm not quite sure what happened with YouTube today, you guys. Okay. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention. I don't know how many of you saw a clip from New York City, and that's why I'm saying we are approaching a very dangerous period. I hope I'm wrong. In New York City yesterday, in front of a federal building, I don't know where it was, but protesters were outside, ICE agents, and some people, they were transporting something, I'm not sure what it was. They were forced to get back into the building where they were coming out of. And to me, I'm glad it happened. I don't know how it ended, but there was no violence. There were those protesters stood up, and it was a lot of people. Those ICE agents didn't stand a chance. Well, they would have to, there is an ICE agent yesterday. Basically, he drove through the group of protesters in New York City. That would have been, forget it. They could have done the same thing, but thank God one of them or the leader said back up. He called his agents and said back up and get back in. I was happy, but I'm giving that as an example of how this thing can go south really bad. And but it may happen within one of those security agencies because they don't know when to stop. They're going to keep putting the pressure on and it's going to backfire. Oh, by the way, did you guys hear Sean Duffy? Because I mentioned him yesterday. Besides being the head of the FAA, and also that's to prove my point as well, they can't find people to work for them. He's got a new duty. He's the head of NASA and the head of Transportation Agency. And Johnny Ernst I don't think she's going to run because she will lose. I'm sure you guys remember what she said last month, laughing at people. Oh, people die. I'm looking to see if I missed anything. No, I think I mentioned everything that I wanted to talk about. The only thing, my headline is wrong. Okay. Let me see if there are any questions. I'm sorry. Raymond Di Pasquale says the height of stupidity is most clearly demonstrated by the individual who ridicules something he knows nothing about. Albert Einstein, exactly. Yeah, and that's what they do all the time. If you notice, that's very on point, Raymond. Okay. Department of DOD equal Department of Joke. It is a real joke now. Mandate says polarity will always exist in the universe, or chaos will exist. Yep. Christy McCracken says they have put $180 million for public schools in Cincinnati and Lambeau. Yeah, because they are trying to, they don't want to help the states anymore. That's why they're trying to undo FEMA and the Department of Education, a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, that's probably as a result of them trying to kill the Department of Education. Exactly, Elizabeth Cheng says, Trump told, yes, that's a very good thing. That's the problem. That is exactly part of the problem. Trump told GOP they vote against the rescission bill. He will, if they vote against the rescission bill, he will primary them. One thing I mentioned it yesterday or recently. They are getting tired of his threats. And I don't think he understands that. Even in the House and in the Senate, it's a matter of time before they rise up against him. And for the same reason I just explained to you, I feel in one of those departments, something very bad is going to happen. I mean, I was thinking about that this morning because after the first time I predicted violence in the White House, after I said it, I'm like, oh my God, why did I say that? And I don't know how long it took and then I heard about Besant and Elon. And this morning I was thinking about that. I'm getting the same feeling, but this time it's going to be a bloody mess. And for the severe reason, I don't remember who said it, threatening, humiliating, pushing people to the limit, threatening their jobs, their livelihood. They don't know which way to go. Yeah. Trump grew up in a dysfunctional family. He's running the country the same way. And by the way, he will back off. That tariff he wants to put on Venezuela, I believe I mentioned it yesterday, I'm not sure. I don't remember the name of the president of Venezuela. This guy, Lula, I believe his name is Lula. He's not going to back down. He doesn't care. I mean, he does care. But he understands how Trump operates, and he will stand up to Trump. Just like President Feinbaum. Okay. All right. I think this is it, friends. Carl Ashenthal says Black Adam has a fascist government in DC Comics. I don't know what that is. Krista McCracken says, oh, okay, that's not. Sharon Jen says, Milu, will Project 2025 be fully implemented, or will we be able to hinder it from happening? I don't feel they're going to be able to implement it. That's what they are doing right now, but they are doing it the wrong way. And it's so radical, it's not going to work. So, no, I've never really, well, my predictions have been the way they are going about governing, it won't work. Yes, it's going to last, it will work for a little while until you put enough pressure. And in other countries, and in Russia and in those places, they did it slowly. But well, those people, I'm not quite sure what they're thinking. All of a sudden, everything is at once. The pressure, the humiliation, and everything else. That's what's dangerous. In other countries, they do it little by little. People don't realize what's going on until they find themselves like, what's going on here? But it's too late, and it's harder to get out of. But the way Trump and his regime, they are doing it in this country, it's too fast, too much, too fast. Thank you, Isabel Caputo. Somebody donated to the channel, I'm sorry. Oh, I'll take a look and I'll thank the person tomorrow. Okay, friends, thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If, please leave me comments, okay? I know some of you probably don't think I should say some of the stuff, but I'm making predictions. I have to say, I put it the right way, but that's what I feel is going to happen unless, people are careful. Thank you very much, Angie Hughes, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's a big gift. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But my friends, I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just letting you guys know, so you won't be surprised. But it's to me, intuitively, it's getting challenging. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, donate to my website is below the video, psychicmiru.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe if you are not a subscriber yet. That would help me a lot. And please give me a thumbs up. That would go a long way in helping the channel as well. And please give me a thumbs up. Oh, don't forget to tap on the notification bell. I'm sorry, that's what I meant to say as opposed to thumbs up. Thumbs up would help me a lot, but also tap on the notification bell if you subscribe. Okay, I will see you all tomorrow unless something major happens later. Till then, bye. I'm not sure. Oh, okay.